Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts and delivered by DoorDash.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Tkachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Welcome into episode 331.
Yes.
Wow. Tyler Remchuk, Jay Bag Milk. We're all here. We're also going to be joined by Nic Sulsky from PointsBet Canada in a few minutes as well. But for now, episode 331 of the pod brought to you by the HGA Group. Shout out to the HGA Group. We love them very much.
Yeah, they put out a video popping out and promoting our party here on the 27th, for which the title sponsors of. Yes, thank you.
Can't
HGA.
wait.
I can't wait either. Everyone's hyping up the food at Campio out in the office. I've never eaten there before.
You've never eaten there?
I've never been there before.
Oh, man.
I'm excited.
No, it's good. And they've got good beer too. There is going to be Nation beer on site, which is a fantastic beverage, but they also make some good beers there, but their deep dish pizza is legit.
Sick. I'm excited.
And eating it in a romper is going to be
100%.
very, 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 very nice sight to see.
2,000%. You're going to look great.
I think I'll pull it off to an extent. At least that's what I'm convincing myself in my head.
Conviction.
Yeah.
It's amazing what conviction can do when it comes to fashion. If you fucking own it and act like you're comfortable in it, I'm going to think that I would be comfortable in it.
Fair enough.
You're an influencer, Tyler. You're a tastemaker.
This could be the fashion event of the year, in my opinion.
Like the Met Gala.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, like you're going like Harry Styles hasn't even tried going romper yet. And
Never mind an Oilers romper.
He likes to push the boundaries of fashion.
I really do wish Chalmers was here, though, because he seems stressed on the last podcast. About the
Yeah,
romper.
I'm hoping this romper gets done. Like it better. I mean, we can't. There's Charles says he has it.
So there's a
covered.
plan B. At least there's a plan B. We know that.
Yeah.
But I want plan A.
I want plan A. But fucking Chalmers. Fucking typical Chalmers. He got excited, heated in the moment, offered something he's not sure if he can deliver on because there's so many variables outside of his control. And now we have to have a plan B potentially.
We'll figure it out. Anyways,
We'll get there.
Let's talk a little Oilers. First off, did you guys hear McDavid's comment today?
No. Are you going to play it for us?
You guys didn't hear this?
No.
Dude, I actually work.
Yeah, we're not avoiding the grind.
I also work too.
Well, your work's is to pay more attention to that stuff. And then tell us about it.
Okay, one sec. Because Nation Dan did like a whole little Photoshop thing today.
Oh, Dan's on the ball too. Okay,
Dan
good.
was on the ball.
Tyler, we're vamping while Tyler looks around on his phone. We're going to
shit.
connect to the Bluetooth.
I got a new phone. Remember, I talked about this. iPhone 13. I had to drive to the south side to get it. I don't have
Flex.
Yeah, that was a Flex. I didn't.
Not the Pro, though, I notice.
Well, I'm not making bag milk money.
Not the Pro, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to camera shame you.
Okay, here we go. I think we're good. No, maybe not.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Yep.
This better be the most
better be
epic McDavid take ever.
It didn't work. One sec.
I
Gotta
see.
keep killing time. Anyways, think the Oilers win tonight?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
watching Tyler struggle to connect his Bluetooth is pretty incredible considering you have, in the corner, we've got
Gavin.
Gavin. He's sitting here. He's watching you.
Yeah.
He's from Nate,
Yeah.
radio and TV.
Yeah.
Gavin, this is a free lesson for you to be prepared ahead of the time.
Yeah.
If you're producing a podcast,
He's here to observe and to be learning.
make sure that the Bluetooth is connected ahead of time, especially when you want to use it to play clips for us who have not heard it.
You're going to learn preparation is key.
Oh, I got it.
Okay,
Oh, well,
here we
geez.
go. Gavin, we're going to skip
Wondering,
the
do you feel
connection
deserving of more calls your way, style in which you play?
I guess I just got to shut up about this.
Wondering, do you feel deserving?
Nice.
How good is that, eh?
Little shot at Torts.
Little shot at Torts from 97. But this is starting to get steam. Like, we've been bitching about this here in Edmonton.
No, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Like, it's a real thing.
Friedman's hitting on it. This isn't just Oilers fans being
Freeman,
like, what the
Saravalli,
fuck?
even like Chalmers' favorite podcast, Spit and Chicklets, talking about it. It is a thing, and it's not just an Edmonton thing anymore.
I'm sorry. I don't like to bitch about penalties too much, but it is so blatantly obvious, or it happens enough that I am frustrated.
Yeah, and like I said, this isn't something that's just a local thing. We've been on it for a few years, but I'm happy. The fact that it's finally becoming like a national storyline around the league, I think is going to lead to change. I think that'll lead to the NHL eventually having a word with whoever the head of officiating is now and being like, listen, we got to figure this out. I also saw someone tweeted out a graph.
But like, what is there to figure out? Just call it a penalty. Like it's a penalty. That's it.
And I actually thought Archeola guy had a good point too. Someone said McDavid needs to be drawing more penalties, and he was like, "No, he is drawing them. People are committing the infractions. It just needs to be called." And I mean, we've spent a lot of our breath on it, so we don't need to go too much longer. But anyways,
we'll just shut up.
Yeah, we'll just shut up about it for now. What a line, hey?
It's good. It's good. That means he's engaged. That means bet the house tonight. McDavid's going ham. I'm also betting the house tonight for a few reasons. It's been a rough week on the betting.
Well, I need you to inspire me because I got slaughtered on Tuesday.
It's been a rough week on the betting because I'm riding this amazing Oilers high, and then Team Canada comes to town, and I just believe in our boys and Alphonso Davies, hometown kid. Yeah. Of course, I'm betting on the Oilers game, but I'm going to parlay it with Team Canada to just make it that much more special.
Would have been nice.
And I'm going for the outright win, not the draw, which in soccer can be a risk. And what happens? I go to the game on Friday, they deliver, and Edmonton loses to Buffalo.
Yes.
Buffalo. Like, that's the tap-in. Like, that's the tap-in part of the parlay. So, what do? Believe again. Mm-hmm. This time we're playing World Juggernauts Mexico in the Azteca.
Which is a great name, by the way.
Unbelievable name. And I still believe in our soccer boys. So I do the parlay again because you got to think Edmonton's going to bounce back. Mm-hmm. Fucking Edmonton lets down the parlay again, and Canada delivers.
My question, Jay, is because I did the exact same thing as you did, sans parlay. I thought the Oilers were going to go into Winnipeg, chip on their shoulder, pissed off about the playoffs.
Yeah.
My question, again, I lost my shirt.
Yes.
Is this only a fan thing, thinking that going into Winnipeg is going to be a game where they all get fired up for it? Is this just a fan thing and it doesn't really matter to the players?
No, I think it does. It does matter to the players.
I think it'd be a topic in the room.
It does. They're sour. 100% it matters to the players. And that's why, I think tonight, Winnipeg got us. They caught us. I don't think it's going to be easy for them tonight. I think it's going to be a beatdown for the Oilers, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is.
Skinner in net. Good call, bad call.
What has Skinner done to make us think he's not good? Outside of the one muff in Detroit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, he's given them a chance to win every game he's played.
Look at the goal that Koskinen let in on the first shot of the game the other night, and that's a peewee goal.
Koskinen having a good year, but every game he's letting in some bad goals.
Like, that one is just
he's overworked.
It's got
so put Skinner in.
Yeah,
That's fine. The team owes it to Skinner a solid performance. They haven't given him one any game he's played, and he's given them one both times.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Skinner win.
I'd love to see him get a win.
I'd love to see him get a win as well. He hasn't. He did win his one start last season, but he hasn't won yet this year.
But the guys need to get a better start. You can't let the other team kick a field goal in the first 25 minutes and expect to win hockey games.
Yeah, we've been a little slow as of late. Granted, it can lead to an exciting hockey game, but that just can't happen. Just can't be the norm.
No, it absolutely can't. The slow starts are killing them. Their bottom six has gone from, early in the year we were sitting here all fired up about it, right? We're like, oh man, the third line's rolling. That third line looks so good. Now the bottom six is
That's St. Louis game, but that's the thing. It can just be so entertaining. And I know you guys recorded on Monday, but I had to record the hockey game on Sunday because I play hockey 6:45 on Sundays. I play hockey.
Oh, that's a nice time.
It is a nice time, except for when the Oilers play. So I record the game. I watch the first period, 1-1. I'm like, okay, whatever. Record, come home, and I have to get up super early for my flight to Toronto. So I've got no time. What's that?
Sick flex, but anyways.
Yeah, sure. So I'm coming home. I don't I'm exhausted. I have to pack. I want to go to bed. I'm like, but I got to fucking watch the rest of this game. So I'm like, and then we're down. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And then that game ends the way it does. And then I'm wired and I can't go to sleep.
Yep.
That'll get you.
It's always a problem.
It's amazing.
When you just go to the airport 6 hours early and sit in the Chili's for a bit to calm down.
That I would have been going during the only time the Chili's isn't open. And you've experienced that.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And it fucking sucks.
That's heartbreaking.
If you got time to kill and you don't have the Chili's to go at, it's a grind.
Yep.
That needs to be a 24/7 Chili's.
I can't believe it's not. I mean, and
Well,
again,
it's
I
'cause
know
there's no flights from like 1 till 6. So why?
No flights 1 to 6. No Chili's 1 to 6.
Unless your
Then-
flight's delayed. But if the flight's delayed, they should stay open. That's what happened to me. My flight got delayed. I was doing a red eye. And
you're taking the old red eye to the 6.
the old red eye. No, well, this is not this trip, but one
nice double
before.
Caesar and some fajitas would have got you through that a little bit.
That was
easier.
still one of the most lonely moments of my life is when I went to the airport early for my trip to Toronto because I hadn't flown in a while, pandemic. I was like, I'm going to get there like 2 hours early just to be safe.
Yep.
And I walk in 10:05 to the Chili's. I'll order a beer. Waitress goes, can't do that. Pandemic rules, no booze after 10 anywhere. And I had to sit there eating a fucking chicken salad by myself. Guy next to me was there, knew the 10 o'clock thing was coming.
Loaded
he had
up.
like 3 doubles in front of him.
Genius.
I'm just sitting there watching him
That
drink
guy's a
his,
traveler.
his rum and coke, and I'm like, holy shit, I have like 2
You should have
hours
bought
to
one of
flight.
them off of him.
Oh, that would have been a nice move.
I should have.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Supply and demand.
okay, but if you were in his spot, how much money would you have to
Yeah,
give
no,
to
no.
give him?
yeah, you'd
it's-
paid a premium.
Yeah, you're getting sharked, but
killed me.
it's
How bad do you want that rum and Coke, though?
I sat there and just to do something, I was betting. There was a Mariners game on TV. I was live betting a fucking Mariners game.
hey
I was
man,
so
you got to
bored.
do whatever it takes. I'd like the red eye that got delayed 2 hours, like the chili shot. And so what I did is I'm like, I'm just gonna crush a couple drinks, and then I'm gonna go lay on the floor and sleep.
Pulled one of those. I can't sleep in the airport. I gotta wait till I'm on my plane. I don't travel enough to like feel comfortable with my ability to. Like,
Well, and
wake
you're
up.
not on a flight longer than 6 hours.
Trust
anyway.
me, they don't.
point.
Once they get talking on the microphones, you're waking up.
Yeah.
And because once they start leading up to departure, it is like never ending. So you can't even fall back to sleep.
Fair. Anyways, how was Toronto? How was hanging out with our boy Frank?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. So I was in Toronto for a couple days to hang with our new friends at Playmaker.
Did you end up getting to the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Oh my God. What a fucking story that is. I'm such an idiot.
Because when we left Jay on Monday, or Thursday, I guess, you were in limbo.
So Frank goes, bring a suit. I might be able to get us tickets to the Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And I'm like, holy shit. I haven't worn my suit in a while. I'm worried about how I'm going to fit in my suit because it's been a while.
Oh, the old COVID weight.
But whatever. Excited to still don the suit. So I have it ready. I have it packed. And I wake up. So my flight was supposed to leave at 6, I think. And then I wake up to a text from Air Canada saying my flight's delayed 2 hours.
Brutal.
And I'm like, shit. So what I did is, because like I'm only in Toronto for so much time, like I had an hour after landing from the original departure time, I had a meeting. So that I'm missing the meeting now, right? So I'm like reaching, like, hey guys, like, can we reschedule? They're like, let's do a dinner meeting.
Okay.
All right. Well, dinner meeting takes me out of being able to go to the Hall of Fame game. Right? So I didn't bring the suit. I didn't bring it. So then I land, and my dinner meeting crew is like, oh, actually only one of us can just be there, and I want to meet with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, oh my gosh, shit. I'm like, well, we shouldn't do it tonight. Let's just do it. Let's do lunch tomorrow. I said, yeah, no, that works for us. Well, 30 minutes after that, Frank's like, I got us 2 tickets.
No.
And I'm like, fuck, I didn't bring a suit. He's like, well, maybe we can go buy one. I'm like, well, okay, let's piece it together. And Jake from Playmaker's like, well, we're about the same height. Like, what's your shoe size? Like, he's like, we're trying to Frankenstein this. Well, one of the things you need to know about me, one of my flaws is I am so bad with time zones. Like, I know what they are.
Yeah.
I know I can tell you what time difference is, and I understand that like intimately.
Mm-hmm.
But when it goes to booking things, so like now I'm booking things with people from Edmonton while I'm in Toronto, I was just getting so fucking clusterfucked. So I thought I booked myself a 3:00 call in Toronto time.
3:00 Edmonton.
But it was actually 3:00 Edmonton. So I had to, and it was an important call. It was an important pitch call for the nation. So I had to go and do that, and that's at 5, and this ceremony is at 7, and the call was 45 minutes. So that was my shopping window, because I was gonna go buy a dress shirt. I figured I had the pants enough sorted, shoes probably had to get, and then I'd have to figure out if I needed a jacket or not.
Maybe they could let you borrow a Hall of Fame one, like that episode of Seinfeld.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So like it was it was just like that flight delay just like screwed everything up. So anyways, I'm not bitching, but you're just like, and my girlfriend before I left the house, she goes, "You should just bring the suit anyways. You never know. Maybe there's something else you might need it for." I'm like, nah. And then I'm like, I call her. She's like, "I told you." I'm like, damn it. I'm like, I should have just brought it. It was so easy to bring.
But you wanted to pack light. I understand that.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's my long story about why I didn't go.
What's the move though? You're not checking a bag.
Oh no, I don't check a bag. Never.
Yeah.
Never. Unless it's very, very circumstantial if I'm checking a bag. But I try to avoid checking bags all the time.
Yeah,
that's the move.
I'd rather wear all my clothes on the plane than check a bag.
It's funny you said that. Wanya and I were on a tiki tour in Europe, and I bought too much stuff, and I was like on the bus trips I bought a luggage bag, but to go around. But then we wanted to do a little bit of air travel after with some friends that we made, and like the discount carriers, like they charge like you pay like $50 for a flight, but then like if you put something in the overhead, it's $10, or if you do like they just
that's how they get you.
Like to check a bag was $75, and I'm like
twice the amount of your flight.
Yeah, so me and these four guys all just wear what's in. We all just load on what's in the other piece of luggage. So we had like 8 layers on each in this plane, and we were just sweating. Thankfully, you're in Europe, and every flight's like 40 minutes because it's so easy to get around everywhere. But
you were like Cameron Hughes, the cheering guy, ripping off.
I love that.
That is great.
So that's a good travel tip. Just be prepared to wear multiple layers.
We should get him back on the pod now that I think about it.
Yeah, he's back in action. That'd
be a good chat to like a guy like that whose whole career is crowds, being back in front of crowds.
And like, is there any other rules? Like, is he allowed to peel off the 6th and 7th shirts and throw his sweaty shirts at people?
Oh,
we should just get him on.
Yeah.
He DM'd me like a month ago, and he was like, "Love everything you guys are doing. Hope Oilers Nation has a great season." And I was like, "Fucking right."
He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Oh, he's great.
We're a couple minutes away from being joined by Nic Sulsky from PointsBet. Before we do that, though,
can he help us with our bets? Because good Lord, I'm just getting murdered. I'm looking at my account here, Tyler.
Yeah,
it's not good.
There's only and let me preface this with bet responsibly.
Yes, of course.
#
always,
but
within my limits.
Know your limits. Stay within it.
But you have to bet your way out of this.
Yes.
But absolutely chase your loss.
That's the only way. Stay within your means, but you got to bet your way out of this.
Back here.
I'm going big tonight.
What about the football game tonight? We gonna dabble in that?
Atlanta and who?
New England. 6.5 in favor of New England. I mean,
I'm so mad with Atlanta last few weeks because I really felt they were going to perform, and I loaded up and stacked them on fantasy, and yeah. Anyways.
I've been in this thing with Russell Gage on my fantasy teams where I'll play him and he gets a fucking goose egg. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm sitting that guy, and then the next week he puts up like 15, and I'm like, hey, I'm playing him. Then it's a goose egg. So this week I'm just going to play him again, even though he had a goose egg. Trick the system. Anyways, Atlanta tease them up to 12.5. Take the teased over at 41. Even money.
Tease them up to 12.5. What's the spread on the game?
6.5 in favor of New England. Shouldn't be. I don't think New England's good. They beat the wheels off your Browns, but
oh fuck, man! You want to talk about a tire fire right now?
I hate the
Pats. There is a dark cloud over my Brownies right now, and it is so frustrating and so disappointing to see, and I'm sad.
It's like that meme, the Oilers are good, but what did it cost you? The Browns.
It fell. They're falling apart. They're a team that showed so much promise last season. Going into this season, they're just falling apart. Like the Odell Beckham thing. Now there's rumors out there about how they're going to explore QB options this season.
Fuck.
Landry's now not happy. How Landry's the greatest, happiest guy going. I'm like, oh my god, this is shit. They are going full Browns right now.
All right, let's bring in our friend Nic Sulsky here.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here, joining us virtually.
Oh, I have to look this way.
Yeah, you got to look this way. What's up, Nick? How's it going?
Nick, what's up?
Jay, I didn't know I was doing this with you. Oh no.
Tyler's going into this. He's like, so what should we talk to Nick about? I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, let's just get Nick talking, and we're good.
Oh god. Oh, is this a family-friendly podcast?
No, F-bombs are allowed.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Also, we're rolling right now. It's called the Real Life Podcast, so we just go, man. We just give her.
Real life with Jay and Nick, and
your
a fantastic
and bag milk
hat right there, Tyler.
I'm the one not on camera. You can't see me.
you can't see Tyler. That's
That's Tyler's hand. I'm over here.
I'm sitting in the producer
bag
desk.
milk.
Bag milk here.
Yeah.
Anyways, how's it
Love
going,
it.
man?
It's going good. It's going good. It's a busy day in the world of sports gaming in Canada, as Jay would know, right? How was your trip to the big city, Jay?
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was great to finally, I've met Jordan before, but it was great to sit in the Playmaker offices and work with them and kind of share kind of what we need to work on together and kind of meet the team. And we had some really good meetings. We had a meeting with you. That was always good. I always like meeting with Nick.
Yeah. It was. Thanks again for the invite to go out for drinks or for coffee or something face to face. It's not like, it's not like I did a deal with you before.
I sent you okay. Let's unpack
Dude,
that
I'm
a bit
kidding.
because I'm like, I'm coming to Toronto. We should hang out. And then I didn't want to push it anymore because I talked to Jordan and you've been staying close to home.
I've been staying close to home. That is true. No, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
I would want nothing more than to go for a beer with you.
I enjoy the occasional beverage. So like real life, what do we what do you want me to talk about? You've gotten to know me pretty well, Jay. I can talk and talk and talk. I want to be entertaining for your audience and for your fans.
Of course. Well, we'll kind of set the stage. So Nic Sulsky, he's with PointsBet Canada. You are the Chief Commercial Officer, I believe. Is that the official title?
That is my official title. Chief Commercial Officer. I was employee number 1. It's it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so we've been Nick and I have been talking since March, and we were super excited to kick off a partnership with PointsBet Canada here in September. And part of this is we want to kind of just get Nick to join us in the content a bit because we know. Well, I know my conversations with Nick, but it's to talk about talk about anything, talk about sports betting, talk about Canada, talk about our relationship. There's a lot going on right now. Bag Milk and I were just kind of talking about, and we always advise this, bet responsibly, about how we have to bet ourselves out of the bad week we just came out of, and we're going to be doing that and loading up on the Oilers today. That's the betting talk that we got on the go right now.
Yeah, Nick, I'm betting with my heart these days, and it hasn't worked out for me the last couple of games. I'm not going to lie to you.
Nick, for those on the podcast, flashing up a little Yari Curry Paul Coffey rookie card onto the screen.
Here, check that out, eh? Look what I found just for you guys.
That's pretty sick. That's very good. I love that you can just
pretty
pull
good,
this
right?
up too. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about PointsBet Canada and kind of what the goal is here with PointsBet and the partnership with the nation and all that good stuff.
What the goal is, Tyler. That's why you get paid the big bucks, man. That was a phenomenal introduction there. So PointsBet Canada. So how to bring it up to speed as quickly as possible. So, the reality is sports betting for those of you in your audience that aren't aware is actually not yet legal in Canada. Single event sports betting is, serviced by operators who don't operate under any regulations, and it doesn't make for a kind of a healthy and safe landscape. And now, because our great Canadian government has decriminalized single event sports betting, it's starting to finally roll out across the country. Now, no province has officially launched it yet, with the exception of like lottery commissions.
Yeah.
Are offering betting for Canadians. But what PointsBet wants to do is, once the regulated sports betting market opens up, Ontario will be the first province early in 22. What we want to do is we want to provide the best and most exciting regulated and safe sports betting product for the Canadian sports fan. And, to be completely candid, and I haven't been shy about this at all, Canada is an incredible country. And we know it. We're Canadians, right? I've had the great pleasure of operating real money gaming companies for about a decade or over a decade, but I've been doing it in the States. And so the opportunity to finally come back to Canada and build a authentic Canadian sports betting product and brand was really exciting, which is why doing the deal with Jay and the great folks at Nation and DFO was the number one priority, because it's hard to find a more authentically connected and Canadian sports audience than the community that Jay and you find folks have been able to cultivate. because ultimately, if you watch an NHL game on television right now, you're getting hit with a lot of different sports betting brands. Now, Betway, which Betway, or I won't go through the laundry list of brands that we've all seen. They're all offshore. They're located. They're not located in Canada. The banks that users are, fans are sending money to are not located in Canada. Like, there's not a level of oversight. There's no tax revenue that's going into the government. There's nothing that benefits the sports ecosystem. So regulating and legalizing the industry is going to provide for a lot more trickle-down positive benefit to the Canadian ecosystem en masse, which is going to help us as Canadian sports fans. I mean, let's face it, you guys are in Edmonton right now. You guys were the epicenter of two of the most exciting and passionate sporting moments that this country has had in a long time recently, right? Not to take the success of the Oilers lightly, but let's face it, the Team Canada soccer games over the last couple of days in Edmonton, that was incredible. Now, imagine what's going to happen, and I believe that the Canadian soccer team has evolved in such a positive way because MLS Canada and MLS have invested a lot of money in the foundational growth of soccer in this country. Now, add $1 billion new industry into the sports ecosystem. And that's what sports gambling is going to be. Billions of dollars of new revenues going to come into the Canadian sports landscape. And if it's done the right way, that's going to trickle down to the foundation of sport, which means we're going to be able to see, as Canadian sports fans, our favorite teams do better. Our national teams do better. And at the end of the day, it's a misnomer to say that all Canadians are NHL fans, right? That's bullshit. Canadians are Maple Leafs fans, Oilers fans, Flames fans, Habs fans, but the one thing we all are fans of is Team Canada, right? So to be a sports fan in this country, to be able to help lead the charge of an infusion in money to help benefit the Canadian sports ecosystem is only going to help all of us root for Team Canada a lot more. I mean, yes, it's about money. We all want to figure out ways to make watching sports more fun. Gambling is a great way to make sports more fun. Fantasy sports is a great way to make sports more fun. But gambling is an easier, more instantly gratifiable experience. And let's face it, that's what we want. We want to be able to be engaged even during a blowout to watch till the very end, right? What keeps you to watch till the very end? Well, if you have the Oilers -3.5 and they're up by 3, you're rooting for them to score that fourth goal, right? So there you go. I kind of went off on a couple tangents there, but Jay knows.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense, Nick, and thanks for sharing. And thanks again for believing in the Nation Network and Daily Faceoff. And I'm excited to continue working, and I'm excited when we are live in Canada and can start doing some stuff around sports betting when things are operational. But maybe one of the things that I'd like you to share is maybe just walk us through kind of what is the PointsBet Canada brand?
So the PointsBet Canada brand can be described really simply. We are going to be Canada's sportsbook, period. We want to own the Maple Leaf. Yes, there's another. There's a number of other sports gaming companies that either are on Canadian soil operating in the gray space or have a pre-existing media brand legacy from over a decade of app downloads. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But that being said, we are the only operator who has set up shop in Canada. Now, yes, we're based in Toronto right now, but we will be expanding to Western Canada into Alberta as soon as Alberta regulates, or at least once Alberta decides when they're going to push forward to an open regulated market. PointsBet will open up an Alberta office as well. With that being said, we're now 15 people in Toronto. We're going to be 30 by the end of this year. Our plan is to have about 100 Canadians by the end of next year. We will become the most authentically Canadian sports gambling or sports gaming operator there is. Our first few deals speak to that, right? We did a deal with Nation and Daily Faceoff. As far as, let's face it, Canada is a hockey nation, first and foremost, right? I love, and kudos, congratulations, by the way, on the acquisition. I'll say that publicly, even though I've said that to you privately. It's amazing. And I will say to all your fans, the folks that acquired Jay and Nation and Daily Face, they're incredible people. They are just the best
shout out
of
to
the
Nick.
best.
He set us up on a blind date.
I believe I did. Thank you for the
little
drinks.
business Cupid.
There's drinks coming. When you leave your house, there is drinks coming. I will come to you.
And so, the first deal that we did, obviously with the incredible folks at Nation and DFO, speaks in an as authentic a fashion to the Canadian sports fan as any other sports content or sports entertainment company there is in the country. The next deal we did was we did a 5-year exclusive deal with Curling Canada. Now, when you think about Canada, curling is one of those things that's authentically Canadian, right? We love our curling. 35% of Canadians watch curling at some point during the year. That's a big number. And what we wanted to do in every deal we do, we believe in building long-term partnerships to be able to help grow either the sport or the property, right? Then we also sponsored and partnered with Kevin Cooey's team, Team Cooey, and Carrie Einerson's team, Team Einerson. And we're going to be rooting for them extraordinarily hard at the Olympic trials starting next week. But ultimately, the deals that we're trying to cultivate are those that speak in as authentic a fashion to the unique Canadian sports fan that we know exists, right? I know, before I got into sports media and technology, I had my own kids television show on the Family Channel. True story. This is before YouTube. I'm way older than you guys. I've said this before, but this is not supposed to be like a brag or anything.
No, we flex here.
Absolutely.
I'm the only gaming operator that's driven every inch of the Trans-Canada Highway, right? You guys are in the great province of Alberta. I've been to Vulcan. I've been to Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump, Drumheller. I know how unique this country is. I know that there's a difference between the sports fan in Lethbridge and the sports fan in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, right? How many other operators actually know in Canada there's a St. John's and a St. John, there is the subtlety to the Canadian sports lifestyle lifestyle that's above and beyond just being a sports fan. And that's what our brand is going to be about. It's going to be about unlocking what it means to be a Canadian sports fan first and foremost, and then being a Canadian, right? That's, to me, the most exciting thing about what we're building, and what we're building with you guys is a way to get that message out there, right? Because we're different than Americans. We don't just want to buy American brands, right? We don't want to just listen to American music. Like, there's a reason why the Tragically Hip is the most famous band in the history of this country that nobody outside of Canada has really ever heard of. Like, what's up with that?
It's so
Doesn't
wild
make any
to me.
sense.
I know, it's so wild to
weird.
me how they just couldn't.
I love the quote of "I've been to Vulcan." I think that might be that should be the title of the pod here when you hit us with that. That was awesome.
Every Halloween, I wear my Spock shirt that I got from Vulcan, and I still have my plastic Vulcan ears. It's true.
Do you know the town of when they rebooted? Not rebooted. Star Trek's never stopped, but the Chris Pine era of Star Trek, they petitioned to have the movie premiere, have it premiere in Vulcan.
Really?
They tried, awesome. And they should have fucking done. They should have did it for two reasons. Because it's called Vulcan, and out of respect to Leonard Nimoy, he was a Canadian.
Yeah,
that's right.
And a Vulcan.
Yep. I didn't think we'd be talking Star Trek today on the show, but
man, that's the real life.
That's real life, baby.
There is no rails.
Real life. Yep.
I love it. You a curler yourself, Nick?
I've been curling.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
That counts, man.
It is hard, man.
Counts.
Holy smokes.
I always say I'm more gassed from one hard run up sweeping than I am
sweeping.
Men's league curling to men's league hockey. I'm more gassed after men's league curling than I am after men's league hockey. And some nights it's not even close.
like I've become friends with Ben, Ben Herbert from on Team Cooey.
Yeah.
And, gold medalist, all that kind of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Watching him, and I've been watching a lot more curling recently, like watching how much, and he's jacked, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he's fit. Watching how hard these folks, guys and girls, work when they're it's tough, man. It's tough.
The other thing I love about curling in this country is the greats. Like it's a little bit like the CFL too, where like the greats are just, they're normal people, right? They're kind of like on your level. When I got back into curling a few years ago, I needed a new pair of curling shoes. So I went to a store that was called Kevin Martin's. And I was like, okay, Kevin Martin owns this curling store and whatever in Edmonton. I go in there. Kevin Martin is the one who's like, all right, what size do you need? Like, here we go. And I'm like, man, this guy has like a handful of gold medals and like all these championships. And he's just here helping me buy curling shoes. I love that. I love the sport.
Yeah, very approachable.
Well, not only that, but gambling in curling, right? It's a sport that's made for gambling. It's like darts in the UK, right? Like it's always on. It's really easy to understand, and no one has really done it yet. That's what I'm excited about, right? When you're sitting back on a snowy Wednesday in March and the Briar is on, like, that's going to be some fun stuff to be able to put a couple bucks on. It's going to make it a little bit more fun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I'm excited for that. And I love that we've talked so much about it being uniquely Canadian as well, because I think that's something that is missing in the marketplace as a whole right now is, yeah, I mean, you can go on to rattle off the laundry list of sports books out there. And as you said, Nick, operating in the gray area, but having something that people know they can trust is Canadian, is giving back to the Canadian sports landscape. I think that's huge. So I've loved every second of this, Nick.
Every second. No, I went on and on a little bit too much. I apologize for that. But that's kind of the whole point. And wait, and I can't tell you, Jay knows this, but you have to keep it secret for now. But the ambassadors that we are rolling out with for this market, man, Tyler, you guys are going. Can
I say one thing about them? Can I just say
no? Don't say anything that will tip anybody's.
Well, I'm just gonna use one word.
Don't do it.
No, okay, I won't do it.
I know what word you're going to say. Don't use that word.
Okay, I will not use it. Okay,
I bet I know what that word is. Okay, so Tyler, I'm going to text you the word that I think Jay was going to say, and I bet you a drink that I got it right. Okay,
it's like that TV game show password or passcode or whatever it is.
I wonder if it is because maybe.
I bet it is. I'm gonna. You know what? Here, well, I'll do it. Actually, we should do it live.
Yeah, let's do it live. I like that.
Yeah, show me the word. Yeah, just don't say what the word is, but just show me the word, and I'll tell you if it. And
all right, I'm gonna message you right now.
I'm typing out to Bag Milk what I was gonna say.
I got my Twitter messages opening.
And I'm trying to figure out if I can somehow bet on this being a match.
I've typed it out.
Okay.
Here it comes. Wait. Okay.
Bag Milk is the officiator.
Yep.
Okay, but if you guys understand what this word is, you can't say anything.
Yeah, I won't.
Oh, it's a different. Well, then I don't think it's gonna be the same word.
No, but they might know what the word means.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but I get it.
Can I see the word? And you have to show Bag Milk. I can't read it.
Oh, sorry. I've been messaging Nick a lot today. We're best friends.
Best friends.
No, we do not have a match.
We don't have a match. I wouldn't use that. That's a tip-off word.
We do not have
so it wasn't a tip-off word. Okay, that's good. So if it's not a tip-off word, then you can say
it. Yeah, my word is just like it's very authentically Canadian. Like
there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say very vague compared to the other one.
Yeah, no, that one. That one would.
That would pretty much tip it off, right?
That would point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nick, we're excited. We're going to have you on the pod routinely, regularly. So we're excited to do that, man. Thanks for coming on today and sharing some info about PointsBet. We're excited to do this partnership and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, guys. Again, I'm an extraordinarily proud partner. I'm happy to jump on anytime. And thanks, guys. It was a fun time being here.
Yes, thank you, Nick. It's always a blast.
See you, Nick.
Thanks, fellas.
See you.
There you go. That's Nic Sulsky from PointsBet Canada. What a beauty.
He's such a you can see why we decided to work with him because like we just had he wasn't even with PointsBet. He was with another company for a while, and we were just talking. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, well, I think I'm going to be changing positions and moving back to a Canadian company. So like, I can't tell you anything about it, but let's just keep talking. So we're just talking, not knowing what the hell we're talking about, but just having really good conversations. Because the one thing with Nick that ultimately is why we wanted to work with PointsBet is just like he gets it. Like they're taking a grassroots approach. They're going like our brand and our thing is like fans first. And like that's like Canadians first. Like it's like there's so much synergy there. So that's gonna allow us to do some fun stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this, but fuck it. Like we're working on some pretty. Well, we're like he wants to make a big splash and he wants to do events. Like we're talking about doing with a large partnership with other entities, but like a giant pond hockey tournament.
Fuck, that'd be unreal.
That'd be cool.
Eh?
Right? Like they really, because they want to connect, they want to make like genuine connections, and they want to power and work with brands that want to go and do that. And I'm having some interesting conversations with Tourism Jasper right now, and that's something that they want to talk about bringing us in to help them with. And like it's just like everything's just kind of lining up, and I'm like, fuck it, let's do an international pond hockey.
Bring
tournament.
the Finns.
Finns will come. Germans will come. Austrians. Ooh. We know people in Austria. That Frank Sarvalli already said he'd put a team in from Philly.
See, can you imagine if we had, like, in this pond hockey tournament, like, the teams, Oilers Nation Edmonton, and then we had, like, an Oilers Nation Germany, Oilers Nation Finland, and there was, like, an Oilers Nation division to it. That'd be sick.
Oh, it'd be unreal. Yeah, you could have an Oilers Nation division. Like, that's what's so wild. And, like, bringing up his, and I've mentioned this in the podcast a bunch of times, but just, like, how curling's so authentically Canadian. Like, the Germans come, the Finns come, and you take them curling, and they've, like, maybe seen it at the Olympics once, right? So they don't know enough about it, so they just think it's silly. And then they go and play it, and they realize how hard it is, but they also realize how much fun it is.
It's a great time.
And, like that's, and just, like, that impact. Like, that was, like, they're coming here to travel and have an experience. And, like, that's one of those things where they'll go back home like, that was, like, authentically Canadian. Like, I can't go and do this back home, or like, sure, it exists somewhere, but like it's not just right in front of you like it is here.
Back to PointsBet for a second, Jake. I have to tell people, if you go to PointsBetCanada.com, right now they have a spin to win contest.
Yes.
To celebrate, the folks at PointsBet Canada are giving Canadian sports fans a chance to win one of $10,000 fan packs for the team you love. Simply spin below and you'll see how many entries you get. So if you go to PointsBetCanada.com, you see a little fun little button there. Just press spin. I've been playing it. I've yet to win.
And will the link for this maybe be in the article you post about the podcast being
Always is, buddy. Or if you just want to go to Oilers Nation Social or Nation Real Life Social, we'll have that posted there as well. Click those maybe, because when we get a nice little UTM link credit. There's a little nerdery for you there, Tyler.
A little nerdery.
Well, and follow PointsBet Canada, because it's still on Twitter, on social.
It's ridiculously small.
It is ridiculously small.
We started at 0.
They got really big hearts.
Mm-hmm. We started at 0. We're now at 558, which is progress.
Yeah, it's progress. But we've turned down the volume on it, so we got to turn it back up, and we'll get Nick on it, because he's committed to, like, if we hit 1,000, he wants to donate $1,000 to somewhere. Like a charity, of course.
He could have donated $1,000 to the Humane Society and saved us a lot of work.
Well,
I'm just kidding around.
Like, well,
PointsBet Canada, follow them on social.
Yep. Check them out.
All right. What was I going to say? Okay, tonight, Oilers game. What's our bet? I feel like we need one bet together as like a team here, like a team bet we can get behind.
Okay. I gotta look at this.
This is what I've got, and this is one I feel good about, Tyler.
Okay.
Total over 1.5 power play goals at plus 105. Risky business today on the website. That's my easy money bet of the game today.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't mind that.
Like, I want to bet. I just, in my heart, I have to bet them to win.
Money line, reg, or puck line?
Oh, fuck.
Puck line's aggressive.
Puck line's aggressive right now, just because I do respect the Jets.
I do too.
The regulation win is
I always get nervous with that, though.
Like, I know.
But then there's always the option with the Oilers, right? You go bet them in reg. Again, bet responsibly. Bet them in reg. And if it goes to overtime, quick little live bet, 2 units on the Oilers to win it in OT. You're at least making your money back or making a little profit.
Yeah, that's fun. So they're plus 100 in reg, and that's that's just not enough to move it. But they're what, minus 160?
Minus 160.
Yeah, minus 161 I got on my book.
Yeah, like it's just, man, I gotta, okay. There is a prop I might want to hit. I want to see where the odds are. Where the fuck's the game? Where is it? Come on.
What do we got for points here? I think Nuge could get 2 points tonight.
Fuck. Nuge is a point machine. Like,
He is.
why not? He's going to finish
If
with
you-
90 points and like 4 goals.
I was fucking around on the NHL site today because they always have point projections on there. And Nuge's is so funny. It's 6 goals, 99 assists for 105 points. It's the best.
What was like Gretzky on his like way out on the last few holes of the back 9?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like crazy low goal totals, crazy high assists?
So last couple of seasons, so the last season, 98, 99 with the Rangers, 70 games played, he had 9 goals, 53 assists.
What?
Yeah.
I did not. I mean,
He ratioed differently. Well, he was always an
his
assist
whole
machine.
ratio is ridiculous anyway. Like, I mean, 1989, 1990, 40 goals at 102 assists. The guy's just a machine.
Like,
Ridiculous.
The bet for me tonight, and I'm making it right now, is Connor 2.5 points.
Yo, you're expecting
2.5.
Angry Connor.
you think we're getting angry Connor? And then
Well,
he's
listen
gonna
to that statement.
gonna yell,
I guess
"Fuck
I better
Tortorella,"
shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I better shut up.
Bag Milk, I'm sure you're in the same boat as me, Jay. I don't know if you got in on this, but I love going to my pending bet still and just seeing Jesse Puljujarvi over 28.5 total points.
Yo, that's
What's
money
he
in
at
the
right
bank.
now?
Like, he's about to hit it. He's got to be at like 15 or 16 right now.
Well, it's not about to hit it, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, we're 10 games into the year, and he's over halfway there. He's got 14 points, so he's halfway there through 15 games.
The only problem on that one is I didn't put enough on it.
I'm
It's
so
just
mad at
easy
myself,
money.
yeah. I'm mad at myself for not investing more in that. McDavid over 128.5, like, that's feeling good. Yeah, but that Puljujarvi one,
I also have,
cracks me up.
he's not an Oiler, but Taylor Hall over 13 goals is funny because he's already got 4.
does he have 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit nervous there. He started the season a little slow, but yeah. I mean,
But Puljujarvi, that's an over. I bet one. We were talking about on Oilers Nation Radio. It was it was Draisaitl goals at like 43 or 44 or something, and I was just, you got to bet the over.
That he's almost hit.
And now I'm looking at it like, wow, he's gonna hit that by Christmas.
he's on 60 goal watch.
Well, but he's on 80 goal watch.
He's on pace for 93 right now.
Yeah, like let's be real. Like until he shows me otherwise, he is on 80 watch.
He's a freak. It's just weird though. I was cruising around. I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching Tampa Islanders. This is probably 5-6 days ago. On that broadcast, they were talking about McDavid. Not a mention of Leon.
Wow.
He still ain't getting the respect he deserves. It's wild.
Put some respect on his name.
Yep.
Outside of this market, he gets no love.
Oh, he plays with
German.
Connor. It's people who don't watch the games, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
it's absurd.
the world needs to see the two of them
Yeah.
and the Bison King because it's hard not to love that guy.
Yeah, he's been a little up and down recently.
Well, he is kind of always up and down. Like
Yeah.
he's still not fully formed, right? But he's definitely taken a couple big steps. So
Sure.
yeah.
Connor's on him. You see him yelling him on the bench when he does something silly. Like he's not, but
I had a disagreement with Chalmers about that on Thursday.
Yeah, when you weren't here.
I just don't think that's a big deal.
That's not a big deal at all.
And
at all. Like it's like
Chalmers is like, well, there's another case of McDavid getting mad at Puljujarvi, and I'm like, man, I've yelled at people worse than that.
if McDavid really hated Puljujarvi, they wouldn't be on the same line together. If
Exactly.
he really, right? So like, no, he's just trying to make him the player that he should be. Like that's leadership. Like I like it because like you can see when he screws up for in a sequence with Connor, and you're like, and you'll even see McDavid like react, but like as a good leader, he just doesn't like turn his back on his guy. He gets in his face and say, hey man, like I need you to do this, and if I'm like that's good. That's healthy.
I just didn't think it was a big deal at all.
No, not a big deal at all. Chalmers too sensitive.
Yeah, Chalmers, real big sensitive guy. I love in that one though where he's giving it. Him and Puljujarvi are going. I should say they were going back and forth a little on the bench because Puljujarvi was talking to him as well. But you can like read McDavid's lips and like pretty clearly see what he had to say about it. It was so funny.
And what did he say?
Well, I'm trying to pull it up now because I don't remember.
This is another instance where if Tyler wants to talk about something, he should have that prepared. So just as you're watching this,
They're talking to Gavin, the student who's in from Nate.
right, Gavin, as we're talking about this, this is another lesson of what not to do. So file that in your don't column.
Yes.
All right, we're agreeing.
Gavin's
with Gavin.
taking notes.
Gavin is taking notes. Very studious.
How
we coming there, pal?
Yeah. Not good. well, I guess we won't do that bit.
Transition on the fly.
Okay, here we go. What does he say? He goes, This video is grainy.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Yep.
We need the expert rip leader.
We needed
lip
Chalmers
leader
on
Chalmers.
Yeah, this
I
is.
got Yellowstone on the mind, even though I haven't seen the second episode yet.
I started watching Tiger King 2 yesterday.
Is it
Oh,
worth
it's
it?
out.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure if I was going to watch it.
The angle they take is interesting.
Is it a prequel?
Nope. It's everything that's happened since the last series, and they're basically just
shit.
following the characters along. And it takes some dips and dives. I'm only a couple episodes in.
So after they go back and forth, McDavid and Pulley every 10 seconds, you can see McDavid goes, that's the point. You have to stop. Like almost like explaining to him what an offside is. And I loved it. Go pull up the video. Just search Puljujärvi McDavid on Twitter and it'll pop up.
Spend an hour, you'll find it. It just won't pop up. That was a grind.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, McDavid goes, you have to stop. Then Puljujärvi says something. He goes, that's the point. Like, you have to stop. It was great. All right, let's wrap this thing up. It's a game day.
What time is it?
We've been going for like almost an hour, 50 minutes, 5-0.
How dare you?
I still got shit to do.
What do you have to
cuts me
do?
off.
Walk us through this.
Yeah.
I got to get clips for this podcast,
Yeah.
upload it,
Yeah.
teach some valuable lessons to Gavin.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
You got to fill in the pros column.
I
Nick.
won't do that.
You got to fill in the pros column a little
Nate,
bit.
earmuffs for 1 second.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I got to get clips made up and posted from the Sherwood Ford Giant pregame show. Shout out to Sherwood Ford. Love them very much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to get home. Then I got to eat. I got a recorded DFO rundown and then make it to the game. We're interviewing Rick Tocchet tonight on the DFO rundown. But I got to be home in time to do that and then still have time to make it to the game because I got tickets tonight.
Who scares you more, Gregor or Saravalli?
Frank.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, you talked about how fuck me, like I forget who, like Frank and I had a great time in Toronto, but I just like forget who Frank Saravalli. That guy is
He's dialed in.
he is a major figure in the hockey space.
know.
And I just keep forgetting that. And I went to that Leaf game with him, and that's a whole other story for another time. But just like we're walking around and like Mark Masters is going up to Frank, Gordon Miller, Frank, like Ray Ferraro, Frank. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dion Phaneuf goes straight to Frank. And I'm like, who the fuck is
You're
this
basically
guy?
living inside my TV screen.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
I forget that too with Frank sometimes. I'll be talking to him. I'll be like sitting with some buddies watching football, like texting Frank. So, are you texting Frank? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, fuck, that's so cool. And I'm like, why? And to me, he's just fucking Frank now. But he does scare me, yes.
More than Gregor. Interesting.
I've never had a bout with Gregor. Like, I've never like argued with Gregor about anything. I've argued with Frank about things, and that's why he scares me. Either way.
But like the thing, and the more I work, it's not like it's like Connor talking to Jesse. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
100%,
Right?
that's
like,
what
there's
it is.
no like that's the thing. Like Frank down to his core is like a good guy. Like when you feel like you like, and that was what for me that was really good about this trip was like we got to like hang out as like two dudes.
Yeah.
Right. We went out for a delicious meal.
Oh, question. How was the Playmaker office? Looks cool.
Oh, it is cool. They got a sports ticker going.
Really?
That then ends with like their stock price, like a stock
Yeah,
ticker, which
nice.
is kind of cool. But then they got like, so they got.
We should do that in here.
Well, they told us we should get a ticker in here. But
Absolutely should get a ticker in here.
Yeah, they got the walls activated, like the Team Canada Summit Series on one. They got like basketball, baseball. They got all their boardrooms. They got the hockey room, the baseball room, the football room, the soccer room. It's good. And Jordan, big coffee guy, just like me. So he's like, Jay, I gotta show you something because I know you'll appreciate this. And they've got this fucking intense coffee machine that'll make you a delicious flat white, a cappuccino, a macchiato, an espresso, Americano, a double Americano. Like it's magic.
We bless
Magic.
our coffee overloads.
I'm like, I need to get it. I'm like, I need to get a machine like this in the office. He's like,
No room in the budget. Sorry.
yeah. He's like, okay, well, I'll walk you through this because maybe you'll want it. We'll have to like create a business case for it because this is now an asset purchase. Oh, okay.
The coffee machine appreciates with the building.
Did it make you want to bring this office here up to another level? You know, like the ticker,
Ooh, good
skee ball
question,
machine,
Tyler.
like I said.
Yep.
They didn't have a skee ball machine in there, but they've got room for it. It's an interesting. I like kind of the setup they have. It's like an open office that's very similar to us, and then they got like these 4 like meeting / breakout rooms. So like you go in there for calls, telecalls. The one thing I do want to get for the boardrooms, the cool thing is how they do their like video calls. Like remember when we did our kickoff call? with them?
Yeah.
They got the TV and they got that like this bar that goes across it that's a camera and a microphone, and then you just it's hooked up online. So anytime you do a meeting, you just invite the baseball room or the hockey room. You invite it on the call, and then when you go in, you just like set up the call on
That's
the TV, and it's So like Frank and I had a couple interesting meetings. We did it on that call. I'm like, fuck, like this makes us look so legit.
Super legit.
That was cool.
Yeah. All right.
At least when you came back to this office, the TVs were on the walls.
Yeah, no, it looks so it's coming along. So now okay, there's now I'm gonna make this public so I can hold myself accountable.
Yes.
Chairs. Oh, I got to get more chairs.
So if you're listening to this and you do not work here, we're kind of scattered right now.
We're
It's
scattered.
a shit show. Yeah.
Well, we're taking the old office, which was a third the size, and trying to use all that stuff to fill out an office 3 times the size. So
I brought chairs from home. That's what the chair situation is like here.
yeah. So we need more chairs, and then we got to set up like the workstations a little bit better, and provide more stations to work at.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. So getting the TV set up. So now the TVs are up. So that was my job. I didn't put them up, but
There's one TV that's not up. It's the one in the studio here because we don't have you didn't buy a thing for it.
yeah, no, because I think we're gonna move it around because we're gonna treat it like a monitor.
Oh,
Tyler's confused.
Yeah, so like if we'll want it if when we do those live things, we'll want it to put it just on the ground so we can see how we look on camera.
but then but like when we had Nic Sulsky on, I thought the point of the mini TV was to put it here behind the camera.
Yeah, so we'll need to figure out maybe we put a little shelf for it or something.
Yeah, okay. We could do that.
Yeah.
That could work.
Or like, oh yeah, so like, because I think we move it around because I think it's handy as a monitor for those two. If we're gonna, and this all depends. Like if what we do next Tuesday falls flat on his face, or we'll do a couple of them, it doesn't work. Well then sure, we can give it a dedicated home.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Anyways, TVs were up. I stayed a little bit late. Chalmers stayed super late. He was the last one in the office the other day. I'm hanging up those TVs, but it was like I was doing something with my dad when we were setting up the big TV there. Chalmers was like, pull out your flashlight, make sure this is on the latch. Here, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And he was like teaching me things as we went. It was a lot of fun.
Did you learn?
Yeah, I learned a little bit.
So
I know.
do you feel like
patient?
Yeah, Chalmers was very patient. But if we ever need to take that TV off, I know how to do it.
Oh, okay, good. I'm like,
And don't pull the strings underneath it.
yeah,
'cause then it'll come
why?
down.
Like, are there blinds underneath? What the fuck are
Don't
those
touch
strings?
those because then the 80 inch is coming right at you.
But what is that? What they are? They're escape cords? Like what are they?
Yes.
Ejection cords?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
like,
don't know
so-
why they're there.
So like,
but
if
they're
you put
there.
that in your house,
Yeah.
and you
you're-
have like a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
they're just gonna pop your TV off all the time.
Yep.
Because like, as an adult, I want to pull on.
yeah,
those
I was
strings.
thinking it too. I was thinking about the strings as I was posting the pictures on social, and then when Chalmers stopped off at my house later that night to drop off my key card, he's just like, as he was walking away from my door, he's like, "Oh, by the way, there's some strings hanging underneath the TV. Don't pull those. See ya." I'm like,
So where do
"What?"
we hide these things? Someone's gonna pull it. Someone's gonna walk in here. Someone's gonna do it. Guaranteed.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna come into the office and there'll be the 85-inch just laying on top of Wanye.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of who would be the one to pull it.
I would say him or Coom coming to visit us.
Yeah,
he's gonna
Coom-
show up. He's gonna show up 5 minutes before everyone else.
He's like, "What are these strings?" And down comes the 80-inch.
Yeah, he's gonna have 80 inches just laying right flat on him.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Fine.
I know. Anyway, shout out to our friends at the HGA group, Twig and Berries, promo code Nation15. DoorDash, promo code Oodle2021 gets you $7 off an order of $30 or more at Oodle Noodle.
And with
Use
roads like it is tonight, great time to use DoorDash.
And like I said, going into the weekend, nothing is better when you wake up after a night of whatever you're doing, warming up some leftover Oodle Noodle. So filling up a $30 order is the easiest thing in the world. You get dinner, you get lunch.
And if I and in all honesty, if I have to be honest, if I'm going to keep it 100, butter chicken mac and cheese,
Is it good?
it's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's
we go.
live. It's in the stores. And for the 400th time, I think we're close to finally opening Kingsway.
I just assumed that was done.
We want to feed the kids a date with Oodle Noodle. We've been trying to do it since the store was ready since August, and it's just been the most hilarious situations.
I can't wait for Gavin to go back to Nate and they'll be like, so how was shadowing in Oilers Nation? He'll be like, I can't believe these people make money doing this. Yep. It was stunning.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. For Bag Milk and Jay, I'm Tyler. We'll be back on Monday. Thanks for tuning into Real Life.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Real Life Podcast. Don't want to miss any of our nonsense? Hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.